So I just watched The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Wow. Wow. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If we have not already met, I'm Gracie. Nice to meet you. And if we have, hi. I love you. Hope you have an amazing day. I hope your day has been good, and I hope it continues to be good, and I hope that tomorrow's good, and that your life is good in general. Okay. So, today I went to the movies and I saw the new Hunger Games. If you have not heard of it, it's called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's kind of like a musical. It's not your typical musical. But just before I get to talking about a bit of the things that I noticed in it, I would like to warn you that there will be spoilers. Okay? Some may be less important, some may be way more important. So if you really want to see it and have not yet, and don't want spoilers, then I suggest don't watch this. This isn't going to really help you put all the pieces together because I'm not great at explaining or, like, you know, explaining what I actually want to say. So, yeah. And this is just kind of like little things that I thought were cool, and like little, you know, things that I thought were really cool that were the same in from the first Hunger Games movies. Mind you, I don't fully remember everything. I'm not a Hunger Games fanatic. I'm a Harry Potter fanatic, not a Hunger Games fanatic, so I don't know as much about it as some people may. Okay? Those are your disclaimers for today. Okay. So, first of all, I want to start off by saying how unbelievably hard it is to watch that movie and not be rooting for Coriolanus Snow. Just because he's hot. So, yeah. There's that. Second of all, I just want to say, I don't know what I want to say, but yeah, okay, let's start. Okay, the first and some of the most obvious ones that I really loved were I don't know how obvious, I think this one was obvious, the Katniss. I thought that was really obvious, but it's like, it's so, if you haven't seen the first Hunger Games and you're just going and you watch the other ones, it's like, it's so cool that this is going to be really specific, but Lucy Gray Baird, who ends up being someone that Coriolanus Snow, President Snow, I want to say falls in love with. I don't know how hard he fell in love with her, or if he even did, or if he just like liked her, you know, but I thought it was really cool that she pointed out to him that, like, I like the name Katniss better for it, you know, which was really cool. I also loved that it was the thing that she told him she was gonna go get before she ran off. Towards the end of the movie, she was like, I'm gonna go pick some Katniss, and I thought that was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was so cool that was like the thing, you know, that she said she was gonna go do. I can't imagine being Snow and all the things that his old girlfriend did. All of a sudden, this random girl who's named Katniss starts doing. I would be like freaking out. I'd be crapping my pants. Because just like, he's like, thank you. Like, it's just so funny. I don't know how significant that was, or if it was, like, even, it probably was on purpose. Like, generally, directors don't do that kind of thing, out in accident. But I thought that was, like, a really subtle hinting at the future, even though it wasn't the future, you know, it's like, yeah. Anyway, I also love that they called the Mockingjay the Songbird a few times instead of calling it the Mockingjay yet. It wasn't like super widespread, they just called it a songbird, you know? And there was one or two scenes where they called Lucy Gray a songbird, and I thought that was such a good correlation between Lucy Gray Baird and Katniss Everdeen, who were so similar, it's scary. Like, calling them a very similar names, you know? Katniss was the Mockingjay, that was what she was known for. Lucy Gray wasn't as widely known as, like, that nickname, the Songbird nickname, but it was said a few times, which stood out to me. There were too many things that were similar between between Lucy Gray and Katniss. It's like, I know a lot of people say that Katniss was a hunter forced to perform and Lucy Gray was a performer forced to hunt, and it's like, that makes so much sense, you know? It's like what people say about President Coin and President Snow. They're two sides of the same coin. Like, except it's like Katniss and Lucy Gray, oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep blinking, don't, just wait. They were fighting for such similar things at different times with different people, right? It's like, they're fighting to do the same thing in the long run, right? They're both fighting the Capitol in a way. But yeah, and it's like with Snow and Coin, that the name to call oh my gosh, the fact that the writer named her Coin was like such a cool little, it's like, yeah, they're two sides of the same coin. They're both fighting, right? They're both doing these terrible things. It's like they're the two sides of the same coin, because they're saying that they're fighting for different things, but they're both doing the same things to fight, you know? Okay, anyway, but like with the thing, like a bunch of the things that stood out, like with the bowing, when Lucy Gray bowed, right? A lot of people recognize that, the curtsy with the head up, signifying that she didn't actually respect them, which was very cool. I loved that. What else was there? I know there was more. There was so much that was so similar about them. It was crazy. But yeah. Okay, the next thing that I realized was, well, not that I realized, but I thought was really cool, was all the references to Snow, right? Like, the way that they used the name Snow in these such different names, it's like, it's incredible to me that, like, was Suzanne Collins thinking that far ahead when she wrote the first book? She's like, yep, Snow, I'm gonna make this whole backstory for him. It's like, it matches perfectly. It's crazy. Like, to be able to say, look at that, snow's finally falling, right? Or to say, snow always lands on top. There's like, pure as the driven snow, or so many other ways that they used the name Snow was so like, oh my god, what? Like, how many other ways are they gonna use it? But yeah, that was very cool. Okay, the other thing that I noticed was there were so many things from the song in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? And it's like, again, what? That was in the first book when Katniss is singing that, and I'm like, did they just decide to put all that into the movie and like be perfect? Because there's you know how the last time that Lucy Gray and Snow met up, they met up at the hanging tree. It's like, are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man, they say he murdered 3, right? Okay. It's like, that's the hanging tree, and that's where they met up the last time. They met up in the hanging tree. And like, that reference is like, I don't know, there's something about it. But there's also the fact that it's like, where they strung up a man, they say he murdered 3. Murdered 3. Interesting. Did they just incorporate that into the movie? They just were like, yep, it's gonna be a really cool thing that I don't know if people are gonna catch. I think everyone caught that. I don't think I'm like someone that's just like amazing and I'm like, oh, I caught all these things. Like, guys, here are all the things I caught that no one else would have, you know? It's like, no, everyone probably caught these. I'm just saying how interesting it was because I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, I thought that was so cool. Yeah, I was just like, I loved it. Again, I just want to tell you guys, I left during that part where it's like Coriolanus Snow lied somehow about, like, he lied about killing 3 people, which is why I think that the murder 3 is cool. So I didn't really, I still don't really understand what happened. So if you could comment and tell me what happened fully, because I'm asking people and I'm still not understanding what they mean. So if you could tell me what happened during that part, like, fully, and like, if you could be that paragraph person on every video that's just like, here's what happened, here's the background, okay? Please be that person, because I need that person. Thank you. Okay, so the last thing, it's not really the last thing, it's because it's really a huge thing, you know? But it was, I loved the references between Coriolanus Snow and his dad. It's like how they find out that his dad was part of creating the Hunger Games, you know? The guy was drunk when he wrote it, and then Coriolanus Snow's dad was like, yeah, let's do that. Love that. Like, I was trying to explain it to someone, and it was so funny because he was just like, the guy was like, oh, you know what would be cool if we made this game? And it would be so cool if there's just like a bunch of children, a arena full of children, and we made them kill each other. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then the guy's like, yeah. Well, yeah, I like that idea. That's cool. Let's carry it out. Let's do it. All for it. And it's like, buddy. Like, I know they said that it was to punish people, but it's like just killing children. Like, hey, let's punish the districts and have all the children kill each other. That's gonna be fun to watch. People are gonna love that. That's a little psychotic, right? And then he's just like, let's do it. Alright, so like, anyway, back to my original point. How his dad did that, and then he comes back around, and it's like the games are dying. They're finally dying, and he's like, yay. And it's like, Coriolanus Snow is the one that gets them back on their feet and like helps them get back together, you know? So that's why it was such a interesting part of the story when Tigress, said, like, you know, how Coriolanus said, how do I look, or something like that, And then she was like, you look like your dad, you know, you remind me of your dad, or something along those lines. But yeah, that's why it was so cool. It's like he fulfilled his dad's shoes. His dad died, and wasn't there to look after the Hunger Games anymore. And so he was like, Dad, I got you. I'm gonna make sure children keep dying. Love you, Dad. This is for you. You're gonna be so proud of me. Like, first of all, second of all, like, that's such a cool reference. I don't know. Is it? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, my overall review of the movie, absolutely amazing. If you have any other things that you caught that I didn't, like, please tell me, because I would love to know, okay? I would love to know. At this point in time, I want to see it again because I'm scared that I missed something, you know? I want to go back and be like, oh my god, that's so cool, you know? But that's all I had. This was like my list of things. I was like, that's so I wouldn't forget them, because I don't, you know how like you sometimes have brain farts and you're just like, what'd I just say? Huh? What I just want to say? That's why I wrote it. But the songs, so good. All the adaptations, all the references. I love every single reference or hint or Easter egg that ever existed in that movie. Okay? Literally amazing. 10 out of 10. I do recommend the casting, making Snow be like hot. Thank you. I'm not like, you know, it's not like the actor, because that's creepy, you know? I just like, I think it's so cool to have him be like this charming looking, you know, charming looking person, so that it makes you want to trust him more. Like, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, how they all trusted, again, this might be a spoiler if you have not seen Harry Potter, but at this point in time, I think it's safe to say I'm gonna be okay. Anyway, how everyone trusted Tom Riddle, right? Because they were like, oh, he's charming, he's pretty, and he's smart, and we can trust him, you know? And then all of a sudden he like is a murderer, like, buddy, what? And he becomes Voldemort. So there's that. And it's like, you know how that's like so similar, because you trust someone more when they're like, when they look put together, when they're handsome, you know? I guess it's like, I don't know, but that seemed cool to me. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep coming up with some if I keep rolling this video. Rolling like it's a tape recorder? What am I doing? I'm recording this on my iPhone SE from 2020 that I've had for 4 years. So there's that. I'm not recording this on a tape recorder. So I'm just gonna, what am I even doing anymore? Okay, love you. Bye. Have an amazing week, day, year, life, future. I hope you fulfill all your dreams. Stay dedicated, not motivated, remember. And remember to be whoever you were before people told you who to be, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.